guys, welcome back to another Shared News from Home. We are live today to take a look at the latest promo for Katie's season of The Bachelorette. But before we get into it, make sure that you subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any future updates. I am your host, Gianna Gravelisi, and today I am joined by the lovely Mariah Davis. Mariah, happy Wednesday. How are you doing today?
Hi, happy Wednesday. I'm good. I got my morning workout in, so I'm still energized. We were talking earlier, I may hit a wall at some point later today, but we're all good because we're super close to the weekend and I'm just waiting for a long weekend.
I am right there with you. It's Memorial Day weekend. I'm actually going to Florida on Friday, so I just can't wait to get over there. But I'm also feeling like I'll hit a wall later. But right now, I can't hit a wall because I'm so excited for this new promo. We have a Katie, and the countdown is on. We are just 12 days away from the start of Katie's season. And today, we got another very dramatic promo with a surprise guest in an ambulance. So let's just take a look at the first clip.
I knew you were pretty, but you were like pretty.
Let the journey begin.
Already we see Tayshia and Caitlyn let the journey begin right there with Katie, and that it just makes me so excited. I'm actually the most excited I've ever been for a season. And that first guy, to give you a little bit of background, was Garrett. To give you some more fun facts about him, he hates tangy food and wants to climb Mount Everest. So he's there saying, you know, I knew you were pretty, but you are like pretty. That was like a cute little wholesome moment. I see him like a little nervous, like playing with her hands, which is so cute. I love the smile on his face. Mariah, what do we think about this first look?
I actually really like Garrett. I liked him when it was first revealed who the contestants were. I was like, okay, I like him. I like the red hair. Like, he seems really sweet. And I love this further proves my point on thinking, like, when I first thought he was really sweet, like, you know, he walked away from that moment thinking, God, why did I say that? Like, I knew you were pretty, but you're like, pretty. You know, that was a moment he was like, Guy, you literally couldn't come up with anything else to say. I only practiced in the mirror what I was going to say to her 100 times. So I love him already. I think he's super handsome too. And oh my gosh, Tayshia and Caitlyn, they're like, look like such bosses, like standing up there, and they're all black and they're running the show. I love it already. So excited to see the season unfold.
Yes, I love seeing them three together. It also makes me excited. You know, we've been talking week after week about what their dynamic is going to be like, what role they're going to play in this season. So, I mean, I just, again, can't wait to see it. And I agree with you. I think that Garrett definitely walked away being like, why? Like, he was just so nervous, but it was cute. I mean, the other promos that we've gotten, we've seen kind of cringy moments with people jumping out of a ball pit. We've seen the guy in the cat suit that we can't stop talking about. And this is just like a wholesome, normal, tender moment. So I love it already. But we have so much more to look at. So let's move right along to the next clip.
Bring on the men. You know I want it. I'm gonna get it. Is this a dream? I don't.
Ooh, so we got Katie right there saying bring on the men, which I absolutely love because we know how much of empowering woman she is. So she is not afraid to say what she means, and like she's also running the show along with Caitlyn and Tayshia. So I think she has the upper hand here, and we could see it where she's just like bring on the men. She's totally in control, which I love. And we see some more really steamy kisses here. So we've been seeing those kisses that have the fireworks, you know, on the couch, very touchy, and we're seeing more of that here. It really looks like everything's going super well, and she looks so happy. She even goes as far to say, you know, is this a dream? I don't know. So it seems like in these moments, she's really happy. I mean, what do we think?
Oh, she's got to be loving it. I mean, we've talked about this on the show before. Like, there's so many highlights, and the highs are so high, but the lows are low. Okay. I'm sure it is equally as hard and challenging, and honestly, at times kind of sad and discouraging as it is exciting. I mean, you have all of these beautiful men who are like worshiping the ground you walk on. And hello to all the steamy makeout sessions. I mean, this is early on. We are just getting like bits and pieces of the trailers. And for us to already see all this steaminess that is taking place, I'm living for it. I'm so happy that Katie is getting her moment. Like, she deserves to be worshipped and just to feel like all these men are just dying to be around her, and as they should. So I'm loving it. I mean, this particular shot right here, she's like kissing in the rain. It looks like it came out of a romance movie, like Nicholas Sparks. That's what's happening right now.
Oh, yes. I mean, this is The Notebook. This is like literally The Notebook with Allie and Noah, like right there. It looks like a snapshot from the actual movie. So you hit the nail on the head with that. And I also just have this internal theory that the kisses are so extra steamy. Like, they just keep putting steamy kiss after steamy kiss. I think it's because, this season came after a very long lockdown. No one really could go out. You couldn't really go hook up with anybody. So I think that Katie is just like coming out the gate right away with all these men. I think they're all very excited. So they're all having, I mean, look at that. Like, this guy has his hands all over her. So I'm like, whoo, can't wait to be drinking my wine, watching this all unfold. I cannot be more excited. But let's move on to the next clip because we have a surprise guest.
Oh my God. It's Blake.
So there we have Blake. He is from Claire's season, which he obviously got rejected by her when she left all the men in the dust. And then she was replaced by Tayshia, who actually rejected Blake as well in the end. So now he is here shooting his shot with Katie, and he's holding a boombox. I mean, we were discussing earlier that the scene looked familiar, and it's actually it could be an ode to the movie Say Anything, where we have that guy holding the boombox outside the girl's house. So this is very like love story, romance-esque. And we just also really don't know when Blake came into the picture throughout Katie's season. So we're going to have to find that out too. But Mariah, what do you think about his appearance?
I did like Blake. I took no issue with him. I thought he was sweet. I mean, I didn't see him with either Claire or Tayshia. I don't know that I see him with Katie. And this is my issue. If I'm the Bachelorette, right, and someone wants to join the party and, pursue me in my love, but I know that they've also tried to do the same with 2 other Bachelorettes, I'm probably going to be a little hesitant. I mean, I know Tayshia kind of inherited all of the contestants from Claire's season, so it's not really his fault, but I think I would I don't know, I'm kind of more reserved. I'm a little sketched out. I get too sketched out too easily. So I don't know if I love it, but I love this gesture. I mean, with the boom box, this is definitely like up Katie's alley, something that she would appreciate and find really cute and flattering. I do feel like he'll stay on. Again, we don't know at what point of the season this takes place. I mean, it could be another Heather situation to where somebody shows up and the rest of the house is like, no, can you please give us a break? So maybe she does send him home, but I have a feeling he'll stay just because I don't see her ruling anyone out that makes a grand gesture to get to know her and, vie for her love. So we'll see what happens there.
Exactly. But now Blake is totally giving me Nick Viall vibes, who was on the franchise, all the different shows, I think 4 or 5 times. And I think he still ended up single by the end of it. I think he has a girlfriend now, but he shot his shot 4 to 5 times throughout the show. So that's what vibes he's giving me. So you know what? Props to him. I, again, am so curious. I've been reading that this actually happened in the middle of Katie's season. So I wonder how that's going to affect the men. Are they going to receive it well? Are they going to kind of get angry? We've seen it happen before where they've been there since day one. They've been working, and then she may hit it off with Blake, and it's like he came in halfway, so he didn't put in the work before. So I don't know. Again, we will just have to see when The Bachelorette premieres. I cannot wait. But let's move on to the next clip because we have even more drama.
I didn't come here for the bromance. I came here for followers.
I'm like shaking right now.
Oh my God, I just gasp when I hear that. Like, we've always talked about people being there for the right reasons. Are people just kind of clout chasers? Are they going on the show just to come out in the end with the following on social media, with a fan base to get famous, quote unquote. And this man that just said he's not there for the bromance, he's there for the followers, he just admitted it straight up. And to remind everyone, this man is Carl. If you've watched our videos before, you've probably seen me and Zach talking smack about Carl a little bit because his favorite holiday is New Year's Day. He loves New Year's Day. Zach and I see this as a red flag, and now his words are just proving that he is a red flag. So I am just not a fan. Mariah, how do you feel about Carl and what he said right there?
Obviously thoroughly disgusted. I can't help but wonder if this is in some way a producer play, because the way he said it, I'm here for the followers, it didn't sound like a complete statement, like something's missing there. Maybe there was some type of editing play going on there. Or another theory I have is we all have like raged over actions of the producers, and we're hoping that they're very different from what they were during that season, because the producers had literally nobody's best interest at mind. But I'm wondering, maybe the producers purposely picked a guy who was only in it for the clout, just, you know, clout chasing and trying to get attention, just so they can have someone in the midst of everybody who's going to stir the pot, create a bunch of drama. Because though it sucks for Katie, I mean, listen, guys, be honest. Like, you think it's entertaining. It is. I'm already entertained to know that he may or may not have said that. But I think it's interesting, though, because he's a motivational speaker. That is his job. He is his job, his business. So yes, it would make sense that he would want to go on a show to gain followers, to gain potential new clients. But by saying this on national television, you totally shoot yourself in the foot. I mean, who would want to work with somebody like that? So I am really looking forward to getting down to what actually happened there. I also feel like we'll be teased with these big, like, dramatic moments and early on in trailers. But then when the season unfolds, it's like it was such a small and insignificant moment, and they really didn't give us anything, and the trailer had us excited for more than what actually happened. So this could be one of those moments. I don't know.
I mean, I love that you bring that up, because I feel like the audience forgets that these promos are just bits and pieces from an entire season put together. It doesn't mean that he necessarily said, I'm not here for the bromance, I'm here for the followers. It doesn't necessarily mean that those guys' reactions are a reaction to what he said, considering this is an interview. Obviously, the guys outside weren't reacting with those shocked faces. So it's an editor's choice just to increase the suspense right here. That's not a reaction to what Carl just said about the followers. And then we have Katie saying she's shaking right now. That also, it could be about anything. You know what I mean? It could be a happy sort of shaking. It could be a nervous shaking. She's going to send someone home. We just don't know. So as you said, Mariah, it could all be producers. It could be the editors. So we always have to keep that in mind whenever it comes to the franchise, especially with these promos. So it doesn't mean that there's going to be no drama. I think that this season is going to be filled with drama, especially after this next clip. So let's just take a look at this.
I mean, this is just insane.
I'm done. Someone booked my flight home.
Okay, so we have the typical ambulance. Like, why is there always an ambulance involved every single season? I just always wondered, did something actually happen, or was this just like a ploy? Like, I don't know. And then we have, of course, another typical shot. The lead is running, and we have that camera all shaky following her out. And it also just prompts the question of, is this the reason that Katie's season ended early? Is this the moment that she was like, I'm done, I want to go home? Is this it? Or is there more to the story? Again, we're only seeing a snippet. So I have so many questions. What do you make of this, Mariah?
I love that you mentioned that, because I completely forgot that her season had finished early. And when we first talked about that, we were all like, oh, well, maybe she found love and she just knew right then and there. And it was like, let's not waste any more time. But this makes a good point. Katie is known for having zero tolerance for BS. And if any of these men are giving her nothing but BS, I mean, we have tears right now. Like, oh, I hate the tears. I hate them for her, but they were bound to happen. If you sign up for something like this, expect to have a lot of tears, a lot of crying. But it could be that she was just like, you know what? this is not what I want. I can't handle this. And maybe that's why the season ended. But of course, we remain hopeful here at Shared News. We like to be optimistic and root for love. So we're hoping that that's not the case. I feel like more times than not, producers and the team really calms them down. Like, okay, you're heated. Let's give you your moment. Let's record it though, so we can get it on camera. But they calm them down and level them out. And someone, they end up finding their match, whether it lasts or whether it doesn't last. We've seen both of those take place. So it's hard to say. And I will say also with the ambulance, I mentioned earlier, we've seen the ambulance all the time, but they will show us like a little piece of the season, could be the very end of the season, and when the season unfolds and we actually see this scene take place, it could be like so insignificant and nothing. Like the Colton Underwood hopping the fence, that was teased all season long, and we're like, when are we gonna get there? Like, that is gonna be a crazy episode. And it really wasn't that crazy. I mean, he just hopped a fence and then he was missing for like 10 minutes of the episode. So it could be a moment like, I don't know. But they have these ambulances on standby. If anybody stubs their toe or, scrapes their chin, then the ambulance is there. So again, only time will tell what happened. I doubt we get any like crazy drama with the ambulance. I bet it's just something that they're teasing. I don't know. You guys are going to have to let us know in the comments what you guys think about the ambulance scene. Are they like over teasing it, or could it potentially be something major?
I mean, I'm right there with you. I'm just so curious about everything and anything. And my first thought was, okay, if the ambulance is real, they're in Albuquerque, it's hot, they're in the desert, maybe someone got dehydrated. I know, like, I usually pass out when I'm dehydrated, or maybe the ambulance was like a part of a challenge that they did. They had to like play EMT or something. Maybe it was for a photo shoot. There are so many possibilities, but I agree with you, Mariah. I think it's just all kind of overplayed, and it's going to end up really being nothing that we think it is. And when it comes to the tiers, again, this is just like a reoccurring pattern for the franchise. We are always going to see the tiers. And I think there's always been a moment where the lead is like, I'm done. I want to go home. I don't think any lead, except maybe Claire, has been like, okay, everything's fine. I know like who I want, like, and that's that. So it's just things that we've always seen before. But again, I just can't wait till the season premieres so we know what prompted these comments, why there's an ambulance, why people are crying, who said what. I need to know now. But again, we can only just wait. You guys, we want to know your thoughts. We're going to open up the floor for you guys. Do you have questions? Do you have comments, concerns? What do you think about Katie's season and what we just saw in the latest promo? We want to know all of your thoughts. Katie, oh look, another Katie, says the boombox outside the girls' house reminds me of the 80s romance teen movies. Yeah, Katie, we were actually discussing that earlier. It's definitely like an ode to a film. We mentioned that film before. We were also just trying to think of other films that this scene was in, but it's definitely like a typical romantic move. Obviously, like a Romeo and Juliet when Romeo's outside, like throwing rocks at the window type of thing. So I think that this was a definitely cute gesture, and I think that Katie's definitely going to appreciate the gesture. And the fact that it's a surprise, it's not like a guy that she knew was a contestant right off the bat is doing it. It's like, it's Blake. This is her first time seeing him. She was so caught off guard in that clip as well. She had on like jeans and a t-shirt. Like, she was not ready for this, but I personally love the gesture. I think it's so cute. Mariah, would you say so?
Oh, we love an 80s romance gesture. Like, we live for it. And I think we were talking before we hopped on here, like trying to name what movies it could be. And we named several like 80s, well-known 80 teen romances. So that's very accurate. We'd love to see it. This comment says, LMFAO, that's so fake. No one would just blatantly say that. Come on, y'all. Okay, thank you. Because I was like, it doesn't even sound like a full sentence, like a completed sentence. It honestly sounds like they took out several different words and edited them together. That's my opinion. Because it's like, who would be dumb enough to say that on national television? No less a motivational speaker his whole career is himself and based basically off of his reputation and credibility. Like, that would just be ridiculous. So I'm having a hard time believing that, but I don't know. With The Bachelor, we are always surprised. So he could have actually meant it.
Exactly. I mean, I just think, again, we always have to remember that these promos are a promo. They're supposed to capsulate the audience. And, the Bachelor franchise already has, Bachelor Nation. We are here, but they want to continue to grow, continue to be the number one show. So anything they do and anything that they edit is strictly to boost ratings. It's like, what can we put together that's going to boost ratings? And Co Smith again says, I don't trust the producers at all. They're all so shady. Ooh, honestly, I agree with you. I think that I've said this time and time again on here. I think that when it comes to reality TV, a lot of the time producers don't have the cast or the lead's best interest. I think that they, again, what I just said, want to do anything that will up viewership, up ratings, and cause drama for those purposes. So I just hope that, as we mentioned before, with the rebranding of the franchise, that there are new producers, not the same ones from Matt's season and seasons prior. And I hope that these are trustworthy ones, really ethical ones. And I hope that they have Katie's best interests, as well as the men. I know the men are in a tough position too. We have to remember that. Like, although Katie's the lead, it's like these guys are going through this journey themselves as well. So, but I do agree, it's hard to trust these producers, unfortunately.
Oh, for sure. Terrence commented, I disagree with you about Colton Finch jump. I thought it and the events surrounding it were very dramatic, and I was living for it. Oh, it was for sure dramatic, but I think it was so interesting how they teased that from the very beginning of the season, because they were like, we want people to be anticipating this, waiting for this to happen. So it was very dramatic, but it was not exactly what I had thought based off of the teasers alone, like him jumping the fence. I mean, it was drama, but I was expecting I don't know what I was expecting. I guess just way more. And it didn't meet those expectations. I wasn't disappointed though. I too was very much living for it. Do you remember this moment where you eating your popcorn all into it?
Oh, of course. I was so into it because I feel like every season has had that one standout moment, and this was definitely the one. And it's just crazy that this happened. But I agree. I think that they definitely were reusing it again in those promos, over and over again, because that they just wanted to, again, up the viewership. They wanted to grab the audience's attention and see how that they would react. So I just everything is just so new, we're always surprised with every single season. So this user Joyce said, great to be able to participate. I don't really know what Joyce is referring to. I hope she's referring to this live, because we always have so much fun doing lives, and we're actually going live again today at 4:30 p.m. and we do it every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So make sure you always come join us, come participate. We love reading your comments, your questions. We love discussing all of it. But that is all the time we have for you guys today. If we didn't get to your questions, though, do not fret. Don't worry. You can always leave a comment down in the comments below, and we will make sure to read them all. And again, we're going live today again, 4:30, so that's your second chance to join us. But in the meantime, make sure you subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any future updates. We will keep you updated on all things Bachelorette as Katie's season premieres, and so you don't miss out on any other future videos. And make sure that you come say hi to us. Our social handles are on the screen right now, so give us a follow, say hello, and thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I'm Gianna Gravelisi. I was joined by the wonderful Mariah Davis, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.